Today I'm going to give my honest thoughts on the Elegoo Centuri Carbon. I've been getting a lot of comments on my thoughts on this new printer, so I'm going to list off some of the issues I've had and then talk about what I like. My first issue has to do with software. A few times where I went to load and unload filament, the screen was frozen from the last time I loaded it. This happened a few times, usually after I ran prints, which made me need to reset the printer to get access to the option again. Another minor thing is that the screw that holds the cable chain has unscrewed a few times from vibration. But again, I added some glue and it seems to be fine now. I've also found that the lighting inside the chamber is terrible. It's not obvious from these clips, but when I remote monitor or take a time lapse, it's completely pitch black. I did talk to someone from Elegoo about this, and they said that they're working on a fix, but for now it's a minor inconvenience. I do wish that I could monitor it from an app on my phone and also get notifications about when print's complete, like Bamboo or Creality has. So hopefully Elegoo implements something like this in the future too. Not so much an issue, but I feel like the filament runout sensor also feels like an afterthought inside here. And a final note is that it's loud. When I start it up especially, the fans sound like an industrial blower compared to my other printers. But besides that, I've had no issues. And not even one failed print. Now it's a completely unfair comparison because of the huge price difference, but to mention it, I find compared to my Bamboo, the build feels cheaper. Just more plasticky and boxy, but hey, it's a fraction of the cost and I could buy 3 of these for the price of one of those. Now I'm going to talk about what I like about the Centuri Carbon. Number 1 is speed. It's really fast. I started benchy on each printer and wanted to see which would finish first. And because I enabled flow calibration and vibration tests on the Bamboo, the Centuri Carbon did finish first by a minute. Although I do find the auto leveling pretty slow, especially if you watch them side by side. Anyways, off the bat, the Centuri was moving a lot faster. And I was using the presets from each printer, so maybe they fine-tuned theirs in a different way, because the infills did look a little different. Anyways, the Centuri Carbon finished in a quick 15 minutes, which surprised me, and was even faster than my X1C, which finished in around 18. Now looking at the quality, they look pretty similar. I find that the top of the print did better on the X1C, but Elegoo wins the bottom. The back of the benchy from my X1C looks a little messed up, but besides that, they're very similar. This felt a little inconclusive though, so I decided I'd give each of them a stress test to see what they could handle. The Centuri Carbon finished first again, this time around 8 minutes ahead. But the X1Cs looked really good. Tolerances perfect, no stringing, overhangs looking normal too. The Centuri Carbon did good with all the tolerances beside the 0.2 mil, but that one did eventually pop out. But besides that, overhangs seem pretty similar, maybe not as good, but on par with the X1 for sure. One thing I did notice was that on surfaces, it did tend to look a bit under extruded. And I've noticed this on past prints as well, but maybe that's from the high speed and I just gotta slow it down. I did match the filament profiles on each just to eliminate that as an issue, so I don't know. Overall, I found the Elegoo Centuri Carbon an amazing printer for its price. Its Core XY, fully enclosed, has a digital screen, is crazy fast, has decent quality, and is only $300. If I were to start 3D printing today, I'd definitely go with this printer. I can't speak for the long-term reliability, and I know Bamboo does have a good track record, so I'll leave that as disclaimer. But so far, not one failed print here. I can't wait for the multi-material system on this one, and it's going to make this printer even more enticing. If you guys have any more questions, drop them below. And I know it's not the best comparison using an X1, but that's what I had, and honestly I do think it holds up against it. It's a heck of a printer, and kudos to Elegoo for the low price point. Anyways, see you all for today's daily print.